Okay, so hello everyone. First I'd like to thank Jan and the rest of the team who organized the event for having me here today. It's a real honor and thank you very much. Do we have journalists in the room today? Raise your hand. Just a few, all right. Anyone's done censor journalism before? Raise your hand. Nope, cool. Who am I? My name is Marianne. I'm the founder of Hei-Da, a non-profit organization which promotes digital innovation, the future of data journalism and open data. We do web projects of public interest, and we partner with organizations worldwide to build some impactful programs and initiatives. Yeah, next. Well, as part of our mission, we manage the Data Journalism Awards competition. We coordinate trainings and mentoring programs in various places, including Southeast Asia and Africa. And now we're working on censored journalism too. No, go back. Why am I here? I'm here to present you this project. In 20 slides, it's called Censored Journalism Toolkit, and it's aimed at African newsrooms, but later on may be adapted to media organizations worldwide. What's censored journalism? It can be defined as the use of censors to generate or collect data, then analyzing, visualizing, or using that data to support journalistic inquiry. Censored journalism usually adds a completely new level of data and understanding to the reporting. And no. While data journalism relies on the accessibility of third-party data, censored journalism produces data itself by using low-cost sensors. And what's the tech? Such data can include air pollution, water quality, access to clean water, but also access to specific medicines, transport data, or any other data that can be collected by triggering a sensor. The way in which the sensors are deployed varies. In some cases, a journalist will learn how to operate and deploy a sensor, while in others, the sensors are built and deployed by the public. Yes. It also looks like this. Journalists can also request data from existing sensor networks and remote sensors. The project we are working on includes work on existing sensor technology, the way it collects and publishes data, to make it easy to find and use, but also adaptable to different data sets and accessible by journalists, but also easily usable for simple alerts to the public via SMS technology. Example number one, Breathe, a censored journalism project by a non-profit data journalism initiative called India Spend. It shows the level of air pollution across major cities in India and its possible impact on people's health. It shows that crowdsourced approaches to gather sensor data could not only be a powerful way to influence policy making, it also serves the community with data needed to make informed decisions. And it doesn't cost much. All it needs are low-cost sensors, a website to host the data, and a public which is supportive and willing to take an active role in operating such data centers on their own. Example number two is called Losing Ground by ProPublica and The Lens in the US on the shrinking Louisiana coast. And the coastline of Louisiana loses land at a rate equivalent to a football field each hour. And that comes to 16 square miles per year. And so this project visualizes this using 40 years worth of remote sensing data available from NASA's Landsat satellites. The next example is this project by South Florida Sentinel, It shows how many police officers were speeding for no good reason. And they nailed the story by analyzing data collected by sensors. They use the technology from SunPass, the electronic tolls that detect the transporter in your car. Next. So, what's our project about? The goal is to develop an easy-to-use sensor journalism toolkit that empowers African journalists by helping them gather their own data sets using sensor tech. This toolkit could help news teams collect water pollution data, transport, humanitarian data, access to medicines, medical centers, etc., health or other sensor-friendly data sets, and use them easily. You should check out the hashtag on Twitter. Sensors can also help journalists hold individuals and institutions accountable, and that's what we want to facilitate with our project. Sensor journalism should be easy and empowering for journalists in Africa and elsewhere, but it isn't. And so we want to build this initiative and this innovative solution to this problem and improve the way data is collected and disseminated by African media. Why are we doing it? Being able to gather data using sensors and write articles or send alerts to the public on environmental data, and humanitarian issues that matter to them could be a real game changer for news organizations, especially in African countries where most national, local or hyperlocal data is harder to find or not made public at all. What's in the toolkit? The toolkit will take the shape of an online platform, gathering a sensor journalism handbook in English and French with how-to guides, tutorials, and other information on how to make a sensor journalism project from scratch. A sensor guide on what type of sensors to use for what type of data sets, how to get, buy, or build them. A ready-to-use template of a web platform that collects and visualizes the data collected by sensors, enabling journalists to search through it easily and to visualize it. And a ready-to-use, no, we have a code. A ready-to-use SMS query system that plugs onto the data collected by sensors and can push alerts to the public via mobile phone technology, just like the few examples that we've seen earlier in other presentations, and an access to a forum where people can just exchange ideas and ask questions. Next. At launch, we'll have a pilot project showcasing the usefulness of this initiative and the possible outcome of sensor-driven journalism. That project will include an online database of data collected by sensors and an SMS app that plugs onto the data. We want those two resources to be reusable at launch as templates so that people can just reuse them quickly and play around with the toolkit. Next. We obviously want to start the project as soon as possible. It will take about 8 months to complete, and we'll get cracking with it at the beginning of next year for launch in the end of summer 2018. At the moment, we're looking for both French and English-speaking media partners in Africa to join us on this project. And a few organizations like the BBC World Service and the International Red Cross have shown interest in it, and we are looking for more people. We're really excited about it. Finally, we need help. Like with any projects of this kind, we need help. The toolkit will be built in 3 phases, spread across just about 8 months. The first phase is about research and gathering the information we need to build our online resources platform. The second phase will be about our pilot projects, which will beta test our sensor journalism toolkit and show by example what can be done. And the third phase will be the public launch of the platform. and the engagement with the community. The skills we're looking for, just in case. Developers, programmers to help us build the platform, designers to make it all look pretty, a sensor geek, or expert in environmental data maybe, to help us get our head around which sensors should feature in our toolkit and how to collect and analyze data of all sorts, project manager to help us coordinate the whole thing, and data journalists to help us give us their input and help us get it right on our pilot projects. That shouldn't look like this. But let's go back once. Yeah. No, we're looking for more media partners or organizations in Africa, but also elsewhere, to help us spread the word about this initiative and take part actively if you want to. So if you know anyone, or if you're interested, please come and see me at the end of the session. Funding. Even though we do hope that some people will step forward and help us, from time to time we need funding to pay for technology costs and the travels and the highly skilled people who will be taking part in this project for almost a year. And we got selected by the Innovate Africa Fund at the beginning of this year, which is great, and proves that we're doing something cool, but we need funding to make it happen, obviously. Next slide. If you want to get involved, or if you have any ideas or suggestions or comments or anything, email me, or crazy idea, come and talk to me after this session. And this is it from me. Thank you very much.